Alright, here we go. So this is session 2 and catching up on things that I'm behind on. And if you were in the last session, then you know that I made these pants. But I was actually doing a little bit of work on them after the stream, and then I realized that they needed to be actually weight painted and rigged. Weight painting is basically when you like rig something. It's when you not rig something. Well, yeah, I guess it is when you rig something. It's when you basically it's when you set the influence of a certain area, of you set what the influence a bone is going to have on a certain area of the mesh, and blue is no influence at all, and and red is the most amount of influence. So blue, I'm basically telling you right now, I don't want the leg bone to affect the waist right now, because that's not how the legs work. Like when you move your leg up, it's not your like the belt area here of the pants don't move, or at least don't move that much. They can move a little bit, and typically the front moves a little bit, but they don't move that much. And so basically today, I guess you guys will just be like seeing just all kinds of stuff that I have to remember to talk into the mic. The mic is low on my desk, so talking into it like that is kind of awkward. So I think I need to prop it up. This is again one of the few times that I actually going to be live streaming at a reasonable time, so I don't have to talk super quietly, but I won't like yell into the mic. But this is one of the few times where I don't have to like whisper or talk super quietly, because it's not like 3 a.m. in the morning. So yeah, so basically just trying to weight paint the pants, and then we'll do something else. Well, we'll do whoever was in the last, or whoever saw the last live stream. I will be gonna be doing another scene with Zara after the race in the first episode. Oh hey man, how's it going? Thanks for joining the live stream. This is Thorn, right? Or is it Thorn? Thorn? It says your username says DF, so I'm guessing that's for some reason I keep thinking like Thorn York, the guy who does it. I think it's Thorn, the guy who's the lead singer of Radiohead, for any Radiohead fans. Yeah, I thought so. But so yeah, basically just making sure that the legs of the pants move right with the bones here, and then once I'm finally done that, I can move on. Also, as you can see, the shoes are not they're not rigged to the bones either, so I gotta do that too. Maybe I'll just try to get this whole scene started today. That might be cool. It's basically the scene that I'm doing this for is the scene where Zara is, I said it in the last stream, but I guess I should repeat it, but it's a scene where Zara's going to be repairing her ship. I always call it a ship, but it's a pod. She's repairing her racing pod. And she sort of insists that she does it on her own. I need her casual wear. I'm guessing like this is basically what she wears, like underneath the sort of suit. Well, I guess she wouldn't wear pants underneath the suit, but probably the tank top, because that's stuff I always try to think about and try to make sure it's whatever they're wearing is practical and kind of makes sense, but also is a cool design or like an appealing sort of outfit for the character. That's always that balance. Like we want them to wear something that it's like in life where you wear stuff that sort of accentuates your features and stuff. Everyone has different shapes and they different things that sort of bring out their features, and it's kind of how characters are. It's like for Dead Star, I had a character with red eyes, so it's like whatever he wears, it's got to color coordinate with the red eyes. Like it's got to bring out the eyes. He can't wear like I don't know, like all red or I don't know, something that doesn't really coordinate. He did wear a lot of blues, but blues coordinate pretty well. But yeah, actually red goes with a lot. But yeah, it's just an example. And also, it's like you gotta, at least I'd go like, whatever they wear has to make sense. It can't just be like if she's fixing her diving pod, her racing machine, then she wouldn't be wearing like a dress or something that would be impractical, or she wouldn't be wearing like something skimpy or whatever, like just as an excuse to do that. It's like it's gotta make sense. Okay, that's good enough. What's up with this? Oh, I see. That's up with that. So this needs to be done again. That's good enough for right now, I think. What is up with that? Have you played around Blender 2.8 yet? No. Pretty sure it does not have the Blender renderer anymore. Isn't it just cycles? At least that's what I heard. But yeah, nah, I mean, I haven't needed to yet, so. Oh, yeah, good afternoon. Well, it's afternoon for me, Alkali. It's just the beginning of afternoon. Oof, this is a mess. Just a side note to anyone who does 3D. I said it in the last live stream, but it's always good to rig and do your weight painting like before you add details and stuff to a model. I mean, unless you're not animating it or something, but if you're animating it, make sure when it's really simple and simple stages, that's when you do your weight painting and your rigging and all that stuff. Because sometimes I make the mistake of just starting the details in the model before any of the, or before all the weight painting and rigging is done, and then I pay for it later. It's just out of sheer oversight and laziness. Me just thinking, oh, I got it. Like, I'm sure. Because this is the old model that I did in a rig that was for another character. So I just assumed, oh, it's already good because I used it before. And I was wrong. As usual, I was wrong. But, I mean, this isn't that bad, though. Because this is from a character that was in... It's the bartender lady. This is a rig that I used for Zara now. But, yeah, it was the bartender lady in the first episode. For those of you who've seen the first episode, hopefully anyone watching this. Has anyone been watching E3? Is there any gamers here? I'm not really that big of a gamer, but I am, as I mentioned earlier, big fan of Final Fantasy VII, and I'm super excited / nervous about the news of the remake. So I hope it's good, and I hope it's like the whole game, because I heard they're gonna release it in parts, and I don't know how I feel about that. I don't want to get excited until I know that the whole game is done and out, because they say, oh, it's coming in March. It's like, oh really? But the first part, it's like, oh my god. So when are we gonna get the next part? You know what I mean? Like, is it gonna be like Evangelion? For any Evangelion fans, you know what I'm talking about. But the guy who made Evangelion, he's like, I'm redoing the series in amazing movie quality animation. I'm like, oh yes. And the first 2 parts are really good, and then like the third part, like, oh, when's the third part coming out? It's like, soon. It's like, oh, okay, cool. It still hasn't come out. It was announced like 6-7 years ago. I don't even know how long. So yeah, I'm nervous about things with multiple parts. Does the mirror modifier affect automatic? Yeah, it does. The only thing you need to do is you need to make sure the bones on each side are remain the same. So basically, like, let's see, am I using that here? Am I using that for anything? No, nothing's mirrored here. I mean, I could do it for the boots here. But, yeah, hang on. Because I actually just discovered this. Let's see, let me set the 3D cursor to be in the center of that. Let's do origin, the 3D cursor, mirror. Okay, so now this is mirrored. See, this was on a different model, so it has a empty armature modifier right here. Let me delete that. These are boots that were from, I think, a couple different characters. But yeah, so basically, you put the mirror modifier up top, and then you set it to, in my rig here, the all the bones, I think, yeah, just about all the bones are named in the axis. They're named on, you know, if this bone's on the left leg, so it's named leg.L, so it's named, and then the one on the other side of the mesh is named leg.R, so it's, you gotta, you know, distinguish between the left and right, and then Blender reads that, and then it'll set the whatever weight paint that those vertices have on that one side. It'll do the opposite if you put the mirror modifier up top, above the armature one. So okay, so I just applied it. This is something that I use now a lot, because I didn't even know about this until, like, I think last year or earlier this year. I don't know. But yeah, so now if I move, oh, whoops, that's the whole thing. But yeah, and it only messes up where if let's see, why is it messed up? Let me see. Typically only messes up if you go to the mirrored side of the model or of the mesh or whatever, and if you weight paint for like if you're on, hang on, let me just show. So these are opposites. Let me see if there's a problem here. Okay, so yeah, so you see how that's affecting that side there. That shouldn't happen. So basically you have to tell, you have to make sure all your bones are named, number one. So let me make sure everything's named. Yeah, it looks like everything's named. And yeah, but one thing that can happen is if you sort of weight paint this side, this is like the ghost side, the fake side. If you weight paint this side while you're like on this side or on the left side, if you like do this, that can kind of mess it up. Like that's happened to me. It's kind of like had like a it sort of influences both sides. Right now it's doing that, but I'm not sure why it's doing that. But yeah, hopefully this is making somewhat sense. But yeah, typically it's working, but there's an issue there. But yeah, that's generally. So I got that worked out. Okay, I think it's under control. Okay. Yeah, the only problems I've had is when I've accidentally, like weight painted the side that isn't there. You know, the mirrored side. I've actually touched that, and then that could mess things up. Because typically, since it's mirrored, you don't have to even go over there, since it's the same thing as this. So that's happened before, but yeah. Now I'm curious why this isn't. Maybe I have to do that. Okay, yeah. Okay, so yeah, that just worked. So yeah, it's if you have a vertex like here, if you use a vertex group that's from the opposite side, like if you like since right now I'm clicking on the opposite side where there isn't really a boot, it's just mirrored. So if I go like if I do some weight painting on this side, which I don't have to do because it's mirrored. If I do that, then that'll mess it up. Like that'll screw it up as it just did. So you have to make sure, like if the boot, like in this case, is on the left side, you have to make sure that no vertex groups or no bones on the right side are activated, or like all those weights are set to 0 basically. Hopefully that makes sense. To anyone who doesn't know Blender is listening to this, they have no idea what's happening, but that's okay. But yeah, that's something that I've been working in that I wasn't really aware of before, and it's been helpful. There's so many things that I wasn't aware of before that have like cut time in half in a lot of cases, which is kind of funny. When I go like, wow, I should have. Why didn't I do that before? Like there's a lot of cases. Why is that being annoying? Oh, that's why. Okay. Okay, yeah, we'll do the rest of the boots later. I wasn't even planning on doing the boots yet, but now it's almost done. Now it looks like, see, this sort of exterior part of the boot is going through the interior, which is not good. Why is it doing this? Of course, it's all one thing. But yeah, I have no idea if that helped. I hope it did. But that's definitely something that that's helped me. So let me grab that. currently doing custom groups. Auto generation. Yeah, that can mess stuff up. But for me, I start with like the auto weight painted stuff first, and then I just typically edit that. It's really annoying for me sometimes to start with the custom like weight painting and shit in vertex groups, because like I like a guide. it's nice to have a guide, but sometimes I have no choice, because sometimes auto weight paint doesn't work, but and sometimes the auto generated is so off that's like it's gonna take even longer to start from that. So yeah, sometimes I do it myself, but for the most part I like to start with auto. Okay, let's just grab everything up here and do that. Okay. What just happened? Oh, I see what's happening. Okay. Actually started with signing auto weight painting here, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. It's really weight painting when you do like assign automatic envelopes to a mesh, like with multiple parts to it. It's really not, doesn't really work that well when you do that. But sometimes it's like the best way to start, at least for me. It's like just doing it manually sometimes can be I don't know, can be tough. Oh, whoops. Actually, let me just turn this off. But yeah, it's E3 in general. Oh, oh, you said I'm a gamer. I was gonna say, I think I skipped over a thing. So I'm a gamer, but stay away from me. Why do you stay away from E3? Is it, are you like not that into gaming, like casual gamer? Cause I'm kind of, I guess I'd say I'm a casual gamer, even though I rarely play. Last game I played was Spider-Man, which it's like it had to have been last year, and but it's only because my brother bought it. And I was just like, cause I haven't bought a game in like, oh no, I played Kingdom Hearts 3, but didn't really like it. I'm like a lifelong Kingdom Hearts fan, but I just didn't like it. E3, a bunch of overhyped drivel. I haven't heard anyone use that word in a while. Yeah, I mean, I think most people do that. They check the highlights and see what cool game. I mean, it depends on what you're into, I guess. Because you don't really, I mean, it's kind of impossible to know if something's overhyped until it comes out. Wait, why is it doing that? Oh man. Whoa, whoops. Why is that happening? But yeah, back in the day, E3 was like a huge deal to me. So I was like a huge gamer. Then once I got to college, basically because I didn't have time for it, my gaming just desires just went away a little bit. plus, like, I don't know, I typically choose, like, you know, making animation over over uh, over the games. Because anytime, like, I start playing, I always feel like, ah, man, I've been away for too long. I should get back to work. But yeah, I don't mind the people hyping games up. To me, I mean, at least back in the day, that was like part of the fun. I was like, oh man, I hope this is gonna be good. Cyberpunk, yeah, that looked cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't think most people, uh, you know, watch all of E3. I think most people do sort of what you do. 'Cause at least that's what I do. Also, is they just, you know, wait for the announcements and and trailers and see which one looks best. Or see which, you know, one interests you, because like, because somebody, you know, on the flip side could think that, you know, the cyberpunk looks bad or whatever. Not me. I mean, it looks cool to me, but I mean, like, somebody could be like, well, cyberpunk is, you know, overhyped or, but you know, everyone has their thing. Like, for me, I'm not like a guy who's ever been interested in like mobile games, but I've heard so much about how like how mobile games are like a big thing, and I was like, oh, okay, so that's that person's thing. Oh yeah. I never played Final Fantasy 8. I was always a Final Fantasy 7 guy. But yeah, I heard. But that's cool. I know that game has a lot of fans. Okay, that looks good for right now. Change it if I have to. Oh, I see. So I need to go up here. Alright, that's good enough for now. What else did I want to work on? I think that's it for... Oh yeah, I did want to give her a little more muscle definition here. Since in the scene, she's going to be dragging her vehicle. And I figured like she's going to be doing that a lot, so it kind of makes sense. She'd have a little more muscle mass. Like if she's like a, you know, professional racer. Okay. Yeah, Drivel is Now I keep thinking about. I've not heard that word in a long time. Overhyped drivel. Sorry, that's where my mind goes. Okay, so yeah, so let me finish this, and then I'm gonna go to the hangar. See, I keep calling it the hangar scene. It's not really a hangar, but it's gonna be, I guess, the finish line scene. Also, how can an event be overhyped? Is that? Oh yeah, I guess you meant like the games. Sorry, I have the word drivel in my head now. But I guess he meant the games. Which, I mean, how can you tell if they're overhyped before you see them? I don't know. I don't know why I'm harking on this. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. She's got the guns. The gun show. The Zara gun show. Gun show. Cool. I like it. This is a little off. This is really slow and annoying right now. Don't know why it's slowing down. It's annoying. Okay, that's all I wanted to do. Out a little bit. Whenever OBS is open, it always messes with the mouse. I don't know why. Don't know why it does that. It's hidden too. Just gotta do the same over here. Like, for whatever reason, whenever I'm streaming, it's like, it becomes really annoying to navigate. Shouldn't be too much, but yeah. Oh, Jesus. Okay. be a little much here. Okay, yeah. Save that. Oh, I have not been looking at chat. Yay, vertex groups done. Okay. Stumped here, how do I assign custom vertex group to bones? What do you mean? You mean like weight painting or adding a new vertex group? I mean, you could go to here and just do add new vertex group, or you can if the model doesn't have a weight paint already, you can just like weight paint and then you know, color something, and then a vertex group will be created automatically. And yeah, if that's what you meant. I mean, actually, this part of the arm, it's come out. And then I think move on. Wait, hang on. Like how auto weights create vertex groups based on names. How do I assign? That says asking, but yeah, I'm guessing you mean assign to the vertex groups already created. You need to go. Wait. You just need to click on whatever vertex you're, like, let's say, hang on, as I'm demonstrating, my computer slowed down. Okay, yeah, you just click on, let's say, if you want this to be, you know, assigned to the head, you just go to wherever the head is. Does this answer your question? Like, you go to the vertex group menu here, and then you click on the head, and then you, or you could do, weight paint here, and then, you know, if it's on the, click on the head, and then you click, I don't know why anyone would do this, but then you click over here, you know, just as an example. Obviously no one would assign the arm to the head, but you know, if that's, is that what you mean? Oh no, you mean assign, or assign a bone to it. I mean, I guess that's kind of the same thing, right? Hang on, let me do the tricep here. But, yeah. Not sure what you mean by assign bones to, because typically I always think of it as like you're assigning a part of a mesh that's near a bone to a vertex group. If that makes sense. At least that's how I think of it. Maybe I'm thinking of this wrong. Unless bones are automatically assigned. Yeah, bones are. They are typically automatically assigned, but you should be able to assign any bone to any vertex group, right? Just by weight painting, or like if I hang on. Why is this not clicking? Okay. So like for instance you're saying like you'd this is just an example, but you'd want to assign like this bone right here, like the arm bone in this case, you know, in your case it'd be whatever, but you'd want to assign this bone to like, let me just make a new thing, or I guess, let's see, yeah, I guess make a new one. Right, yeah, so you'd want to assign where the, like, where on the mesh that this bone is influencing, you'd want to assign that to a new group. That's what you're saying, right? Because, you know, a bone, like, itself, without a mesh, isn't, I don't think can be applied to vertex group. Am I thinking this right? Maybe I'm thinking about this the wrong way, but I think your question's confusing me a bit, and I'm easily confused. Example, okay, yeah, okay, so I have bone calls for an underscore L, and I've already, right. I think it should already be. Did the bone not create that vertex group? Like, did you create them separately? Because typically when a vertex group that's the same name as a bone is created. It's usually created by the bone, but when you assign the bone to the mesh, unless you didn't do automatic assign. Oh, you created them all manually. Okay. Well, can't you like? Well, what you want to do is you want to take take the parts of the mesh where that forearm is, and you want to assign that to the bone, right? So couldn't you, like, for instance, like wouldn't you just weight paint with while the bone is clicked, and then okay, let's do, this is a forearm. Like, if I name this forearm, like, hang on. Like, wouldn't you just go to the, make sure, well, wait, it disappeared. What just happened? Okay, well, I think maybe it needs to be clicked when you're in pose mode. But okay, let's see. I created this called group 1, so let's name that, or let's just keep it group 1. But couldn't you just, like, while you're in pose mode or weight paint mode, then just like assign the area to that vertex group? Like the area around, because I don't know if bones work by, like, bones themselves apply to certain vertex groups, if that makes sense. Like, because it's the area, it's the part on the mesh where the bone is influencing, right? Isn't that how it works? That's supposed to be, I think that's what you're asking, right? Like, because the bone itself, like, I don't think a bone can be applied to anything without the mesh. Is that making sense? I'm confused by your question. Maybe this is a simple question. It's going over my head, but like, but yeah, I think that should answer it. Or maybe I just answered that totally wrong. I don't know. One mistake I actually always make is sometimes I edit the mesh while I'm in like a different shape key, and I end up changing the whole arm or something while I'm in like open mouth shape key or something, which is always a stupid mistake I make. Try some stuffing. Okay, yeah, because I think that should answer it. I mean, if what I said didn't work, then let me know. I think the biggest thing is, like, it sounds like maybe make sure you're in pose mode to apply it to the shape key, because that might be a factor. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure. mouse keeps double clicking. Oh, I need a new mouse. I keep saying that every stream. I haven't got one. I might just order one online. For some reason that only started happening to me recently. Like, my mouse will double right click. Like if I've used it for too long or something. I guess this is good. It's good enough for now, I guess. Alright. Save that. Okay. Oh yeah, I was calling it docs. Because I guess it is like a doc. But yeah, so I was calling this. I forgot. But yeah, I hope what I said helped. I think just the way the question was worded confused me. But I think I know what you were trying to say. Okay, so I need to animate her getting out of this. I like that expression. It's very determined. Okay, so far I just have her leaning forward. I think her head. Why is she leaning back like that? Why did I do that? Oh, that's why. I mean, she shouldn't be sitting back. Like, well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I don't know why I did that. I guess because she was just riding it. Because this is after, again, the end of the first episode, so I guess she was waiting for the ride to be over. So I think I got it. I just gotta assign some missing vertex groups. What does that mean? They're missing vertex groups? Like missing from the mesh? I'm so confused. Which she needs to move her head down. Oh, no. Some vertex groups didn't get assigned to the mountain. Right. Okay. When you say they didn't get assigned to the bone, like, did you do automatic, like, what's it called? Automatic, like, assign automatically to bone envelope or whatever it's called. I forget what it's called. I'm trying to look at it here. I don't see it. That's weird. Yeah, assign automatic for bones. That's or assign from bone envelopes. I typically do assign automatic from bones. Bone envelopes, for some reason, hasn't really worked much. But I don't think I've ever created one manually first. But yeah, I'm guessing you did automatic. Like, are you saying the vertex groups didn't get assigned when you did it automatically? Or they didn't assign when you started white painting? Oh, used automatic weights and oh, that's interesting. So you made the vertex group first, and then when you did automatic, it's set to the one you made. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I guess since it was named the same as like the bone, I'm guessing. I guess Blender read it. That's interesting. Oh, come on. Ooh, the only problem with the double clicking stuff is that it kind of ruins. Sometimes it messes things up. Doing this wrong. Typically, whenever I'm animating something, I like try it out for myself, see what I'm doing wrong. And this is what I'm doing wrong. Dude, keeps double clicking. And now I gotta figure out why the character's elbows don't bend. Well, good luck. I don't know what else to say. Let's see how this looks. Okay, now. Okay, that's not working. Really? This is getting annoying. It's like every time I click something, it like unclicks it because it's double clicking. I'm just standing up right now. Alright. Just need to try a few different ones. She needs to lean forward more. And further down. And it is freezing a lot here. It's mostly, I'm guessing, because OBS, but it's still, maybe it's the scene, just a lot in the scene, I don't know. What's up with this? These not leveled? Why is this? They're not. This one's higher. That's a problem. Man. Okay. Yeah, that's way better. Way smoother. Alright. this is the tricky part, because playing back animation in the GL view in the preview, it's not, playing it back smooth is not really possible while I'm streaming. So now I recall when I used to stream while doing animations, this would kind of be an issue. Let's see. Then again, I have done it in the past and it wasn't that big of an issue. Maybe my computer's just, or maybe it's the scene itself. I don't know. Yeah, I think because I'm doing, typically modeling isn't that bad, but because doing animation here, it's streaming is a little tricky. So I think I'm gonna end the stream here, and then if I'm doing modeling later, then I'll come back. But for right now, I want to finish the animation on this off stream so that I can see the preview animation more smoothly. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Thanks everybody for watching, and I might be back later, but if not, be back tomorrow or later this week with the alien modeling session. Hopefully finally finish that, because I actually need the aliens for this scene. So so yeah, gotta get that done ASAP. Alright.